Hi, Josh. We're back on the Homestead SMP for another episode of Lightly Modded Minecraft. Today we're going to build another structure to start expanding our town some more, and we're going to take a little bit of an adventure. Why don't we just jump into it? Alright, all of these have been running for a while, and we've got a pretty good collection of stuff here. The squash and honeydew, I think, are the slowest to grow because they're the melons, kind of. Everything else seems to be doing really, really well. I have grabbed a couple of stacks of rice and a stack of sorghum, which it turns out is just, I don't know, kind of like corn or something. By the way, knaf, it's just fiber, and you can use 3 of it to turn into string. So, nothing special. Also, cotton just makes wool, so we've got all the wool and string we might ever need. But I'm going to take this stuff, and I'm going to put it together and make bread. So I figure if I make just stacks of sorghum bread, I'm only using 2 rice and 1 sorghum per instead of 3 of something, so it'll help us conserve a little bit. So, I mean, we've got a solid amount of food now, and I think it might be time to go explore the Nether a little bit. I don't think that we necessarily need to because I went and raided that Nether portal broken down thing in the swamp, and we've got plenty of Nether bricks. We've got plenty more Nether rack, but I would like to get in there and explore around a little bit. Let's do this. Oh boy, here we go. This does not look like a completely terrible spawn. Oh! Oh! Oh, I don't think he's friendly. And that is why we build walls. Yep, I'm not wearing gold, so he's not going to be happy with me. Well, this was a massacre. Hi. Oh, God! You're terrifying. Is it safe to go out now? Am I going to get swarmed by piglins again? Yup. Yup. They're coming for me. Hi, guys. You know, I've died several times. I don't understand why they're still coming after me. I thought they were supposed to de-aggro after you died. Alright. Can I go get my stuff now? I don't think it's been 5 minutes. Is this just my life now? Am I banned from the Nether for all time? Please tell me I didn't just watch my stuff despawn. Yep, I just witnessed it all despawn. Super cool. Okay, time to start all over. Again. That's so cool to walk in and just see the plants popping. I got tired of messing around with the abandoned mine shafts near the base, so I decided to just go through our basement, right next to the Nether portal. Just come all the way down here to level, what is it, 6? 5, to the top of the bedrock level. I don't know what this is, but it's interesting and I want it. I'm just gonna branch mine for a while. We lost our diamond pickaxe in that slight Nether mishap. I'm gonna collect a stack of this and then I'm gonna look for the actual stuff. I like finding new building blocks. This is super cool. Anyhow, we're gonna get to the actual meat and potatoes of this. Find us some diamonds. I've already picked up some redstone. I'm hoping to find some more lapis. But the main goal here is diamonds, obviously. Look what I just uncovered. I can live with 3. That'll get us a new diamond pickaxe anyway. Ooh. Okay. Wonder if I can make another backpack or make a bigger backpack or something, and I can just have more storage. Oh, actually, duh, I can make those immersive engineering crates. I think they keep their inventory when you break them, so I can treat them like shulker boxes. I can think of at least one Minecraft YouTuber who would be just aghast at this. But I promise it's for a good cause, and we're playing modded, so it won't always look like this awful bird poop texture. I just want you to know that this is not where this is gonna stay. I'm doing this temporarily because I need treated wood and coal coke. So this is a temporary measure, I promise. I just need to get some creosote going. We are working on our next building. It's gonna take a bit. You may have seen in my inventory I have a bunch of diorite stuff, and I promise it looks better than the bird poop kind. I'm going to tear out the rest of this chunk of hill and put a building right here. This is a fun side effect of using blinds as walls. I just want you to know this is also temporary. I really need some steel. Don't worry. It's not staying here for long. I am finally ready to show off this building. We are making a water mill. I built all the water wheels. We can fit 3 on a side. And I've got the dynamos here. Now, I haven't built any power lines, so whatever power we're generating is just going to be stored in the dynamos, and then anything else just goes to waste. What I need to do now is I need to extend the water out so that it covers that. Alright, and it's over the edge. And the reason I had to leave this block here is because otherwise the water spills out to the side. So we just have to go do that on the other side. Now, I could make this more efficient by pushing water along the bottom, but I'm not looking for efficiency here. I'm looking for aesthetics. Alright, I'm going to go do the other side, and then I'll explain what else is coming of this project. So you may notice the water running around back here. Now we've got the water draining on this side, too. Oh, I love the way this looks. Okay, so what I was saying about the trench along the back here. So I need to do a whole lot of landscaping right here. I'm going to kind of flatten this section out right here, and I'm going to make it a lot deeper. I'm going to make the flat area that's over here go farther back. And I'm going to make this area right here a lake. And I'm going to surround it by kind of hills. I don't know if I'll build it up all over there or if I'll just leave kind of a cliffside right there at the edge of the lake. But I'm going to make a lake right here, and I'm going to have the lake flowing into this trench so that it kind of looks like the water comes from the lake and was made to be directed around the building to both sides. So I went with nether bricks for the roof. I've got a combination of slabs and stairs. And let's see if I can get right over here. I used treated wood planks for the entire water trough, because they match really, really well with the treated water wheel, because you have to use all treated wood for that. I used paved diorite bricks for the walls of the building and fancy diorite bricks for the base, like the foundation, making it stick up out of the water. And these are dark oak beams, just like we used with the house. I figured a little bit to tie it together. And I used treated wood slabs on the interior as well. Now over here I can connect these wire connectors, and then we can make wires connecting to batteries or relays or whatever else we want to use to direct the power somewhere. And this, I'm gonna do something about the torches. I just needed to spam it a little bit so that this didn't turn into a mob farm. And what I'm gonna do over here is either have a door or like a gate, fence gate or something, and I'm going to use these frame trapdoors where this dirt is right now. And it's going to look kind of like a rickety wooden bridge. And I might use these hemp rope coils because they're decorative, but they might look like kind of rope handholds to go along the sides here. And I'll attach like a fence post and one of these wire connectors on the top here, and then a wire connector over here against the wall, and then I can string the hemp rope on either side, and then we'll make a path here, and eventually we'll have paths that connect all of the buildings that we're going to build in this settlement, all around this lake. Hello, bears. What are you guys doing in that hole? Are you stuck there? I was wondering where you guys got off to. What do you think of our water mill? I love the windows especially. Don't fucking shout at me. I'm talking to Josh. Rude. As I was saying, I especially love the windows. I went with these tiled glass panes, which are no more expensive than normal glass. You just have to put the glass into a stone cutter. And I think that they look fantastic. Also, I realized that something as heavy as water, pushing water wheels, would mean that this would be unsustainable if it wasn't supported. We can't just free float something like this, kind of like we floated a block or so of the house. So I wanted supports. I used these wooden posts from Immersive Engineering. They're usually used as like street lights or to hold electrical wires, but I love the way they look as supports. And I also realized that this one was kind of free floating in the water, so I used nether bricks to kind of build up a big support base so that it's sticking down into the floor of the river. And I just realized I didn't want just dirt under this one, so there. As a nod to some kind of structural stability, I'll put a nether brick under there. I love this building. I think I might like this more than the house. I love the functionality of it, and I'm going to be really, really happy when all the landscaping's done. But, oh shit, don't explode, don't explode. Thank you. Whew, that scared me. Man, I have been having a bad time with creepers lately. They haven't been exploding a whole lot, but they have been all over the place. I love that I can wake up in the morning and look out my window and see the watermill. That's so great. I'm not sure about the roof. It leaves a little bit to be desired, but I kind of wanted a broad, flat roof. So maybe just from this angle it doesn't look the greatest. Oh, also, I used a bunch of the jam that I accidentally made to make PB&Js. I don't think they're the most nutritious thing in the world, but they work pretty well. And it's a use for the jam. Yeah, from other angles, I hate that roof less. I don't hate it. I'm not fully satisfied with it. Alright, here I am kind of across the lake, and I think it looks great. I love that the water's flowing off on both sides. I can't wait to get the terraforming done. I think this is going to look fantastic. And I found a bit of the river, if you see right over here, it just naturally did this. It curved in. I had to carve away a little bit of land on both sides in order to make it fit exactly where I wanted it. But I think it looks super cool, and it's very believable that there would be kind of a lake here and a natural waterfall coming down that we exploited to turn this into a watermill. I think it's very believable that the water just flows out and flows over here into this lake. I love this. I'm so happy with it. I hope you are too. Yo, look what I made! These things are amazing. And the coolest part is, I can pick it up, and it's got all of its stuff in it still. I've got cheap shulker boxes. This is just, I take the creosote oil out of here, I put it in here with the 8 planks, and I make a wooden storage crate. It's so cheap. I mean, I don't get the storage crate out of the 8 planks and the creosote. I get treated wood planks out of that, and then I put 8 of those in, and oh my god. This is going to change everything for us. Like, I could put all this crap into these and then just store them. I am going to clean up our storage so much. All this is getting cleaned up. Excuse me, sir. This is not your home. Thank you for the gold nugget. Alright. We have our storage cleaned up, and it looks so much better in here. Now, I could have taken all of these and put them in one chest, a single chest, and still had 19 slots left over, but you can't see what's in them unless you right-click on them. And I'm totally okay with that. I mean, what else are we using this basement space for? We're growing plants, and we've got our furnaces and crafting stuff. Otherwise, this place is unused, so I decided to just leave all the crates sitting here in a nice clean wall. It's a nice clean storage system. I can still fit a couple more up here if we start running low on room, or I can put, a single chest up here, and this will still open because there's a top half slab up there. So I'm going to leave that there. We could put one more crate here, and we can just fill this with crates. Like if we fill up on cobblestone, I can take a crate of cobblestone and just stash it in here. And I'm pretty sure if I make an anvil, I can rename a crate, and that way it'll just say cobblestone. There we go, that's better than one more random crate. Alright, I'm going to take this, and let's see if I can rename it. Bang. Cobblestone. Now look how easy that is. Now as long as I keep labeling things, and I stay pretty specific to what's in there, like this wouldn't work unless I filled it up with dirt, and then I could just rename it dirt. This is a hodgepodge, so it's going to stay out. I think as I fill things up, I will put them down. Now I'm curious, if I place that and break it again, is it still called cobble? Yes, it is. Oh, that's perfect. This is my ideal storage solution because it's exactly like using shulker boxes, and it's so much cheaper. We don't have to go to the end and fight a dragon and then go hunt for an end city and raid it. This is awesome. I'm very, very happy about this. I don't like it, but we may need to torch spam the area. It was a rough morning. I was about to kill a creeper over here and keep him from blowing up our house. And then one came up behind me and I heard it and I panicked and I ran forward and this guy exploded and damaged the house. So now I have to go repair this, and then, unfortunately, I think I have to torch this place up. I haven't checked the mailbox yet today. What? So I renamed this place Logging Camp, because you can rename your mailbox, and somebody sent me a log. Okay, so I'm thinking about what would feed a water mill this size. And it would probably have to be a pretty sizable lake, right? You can't just build a tiny little pond and expect that thing to keep the capacity of water flowing that you would need to feed a water mill like this. So it's going to have to be a kind of a big lake. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to do quite a bit of terraforming. I'm probably going to have to bring up a lot of this land back here. And I think I want it at this level, and then it will flow down to that level right here. And I'm going to carve out all these I'm going to carve out these blocks that are holding this water in right now, right here, and then it'll flow down to here and flow in there. So I'm thinking this thing needs to be pretty sizable, which is why I'm leaving this here, because I think it'll be really cool to have this stone arch that was already here, this stone and earthen arch, in kind of the middle of the lake. And I'm going to bring it around like this, and I'm going to leave this hill exactly like it is, and I'm going to have the water come around over here, and we've run into a slight complication. I am not going to destroy this bee nest. I want to keep it, but I need Silk Touch to get it out of here. And I can get rid of the trees and the bee nest will stay there. So it's not a total block to our plans, but it would look awful funny just sitting here in the middle of the dirt. And it'd look even funnier if I turned this into a lake and it was sitting just on top of the water. So I'm kind of torn about what to do. I'm leaving this tree here. This is going to be like the single tree growing there, and then have the lake come around here. And I started to place dirt, and then I realized the way I was curving this, it was just going to be a pond. And we don't want a pond, we want a lake. So I'm going to have to chop a whole lot of these trees, I think, and bring the level of the land up here. And I might bring the lake all the way back to where this kind of mountain is. I think it would look really cool to have a lake that big, and then I could have maybe a waterfall that comes out of the side of this, as if there's a natural water reservoir in there and it pours down into the lake. And that way it would look a little bit more believable to be something that's continuously feeding this water mill. So let me get back to work, and I'll hit you with an update in a little while. This is kind of a foul sound. It's all gross and squishy. I don't think I've ever stood this close to a bee nest or a beehive for this long before. I also didn't realize when they're full they drip all over the place. Gross. So I flattened out quite an area, and I kind of carved this out. I don't know if this really feels like a believable cave. I feel like it's too pointed, but I'm thinking I'd like to have a cave back here. No particular reason, I just thought it would look kind of nice. Alright, I tried to broaden it out a little bit, make it a little less symmetrical, a little less perfect. I like it. I think that's kind of cool as just a water cave. I mean, the water's going to be on the level I'm standing on right now, and it'll just kind of fill that in, and nothing will spawn in there, which is good. I wouldn't want to create a purposeful area and then just have things spawn in there all the time. So I kind of tried to smooth out this area a little bit, make it a little bit more cliff-like, but still also make it kind of natural. The reason these all look like steps is because I wanted the grass to fully spread to it. I still have to do a lot of work over here. I need to broaden this area out quite a lot. So I don't know if I'm going to fill this area in, or if I'm just going to torch it and just make a lattice work, because I'm not sure how deep I want this lake to be, or how broad. I still have to figure that out. Just wanted to show you the cave I carved into the cliffside here. And I'm thinking I still need to figure out how deep this is, this mountain. I need to figure out how far back it goes. But I'd like to do the waterfall either from here or from like up there and have it kind of cascade down. I don't want to do it all the way over there because I don't want to make the lake that broad. I don't want to take up that much of my real estate with just a water feature. I might carve this back a little bit and put the waterfall kind of up there. Get rid of this tree and then make this like a cascading area where the water can broaden out kind of to both sides there. I might get rid of that little piece of floating land just because it's not exactly believable. I mean, it's very Minecraft and it doesn't bother me, but I don't know how I feel about it in the bigger story. This squishing is still very off-putting, but I can't stop standing near this thing. Can you hear it? Is it squishing in your ears? Okay, it looks like we are done with everything but making this blend into the ground. Well, almost everything. As you can see, I made it a little bit deeper than I had mentioned. I didn't want the whole thing to just be 1 block deep. I thought that would look a little ridiculous for a lake, so I made some sections 2, some sections 3. I tried to give it a little bit of shape. I tried to define it a little bit, and I think it looks pretty cool. It's not as big as I would like, honestly, but there's only so much you can do with just dirt and stone and water. And there's a serious elevation change going on over here, so I had to do what I could, and especially given that we left this natural earthen arch over here, I think it looks pretty cool. I wanted to leave this pulled back from the river over here because I want it to seem like this is something that was dammed up, like maybe this lake used to flow over into this river, and I think I might replace these blocks right here that I'm walking on with treated wood stairs, kind of like I have right there, so that it'll look a little bit more obvious that this was a man-made kind of waterfall area. And so I'm going to block off this whole thing over here. I have to fill in this water here, but I'm going to block off the whole thing over here, and then I'm going to leave one section here where this ground gets a little bit deeper, and the water's going to flow into there. And I'm going to have to leave it blocked up here and make it obvious that this is another man-made construction, that the water's being directed over here. So I'm going to have to make some more treated planks over there at the coke oven. And I'm going to have to make some stairs, get them looking just like this, and then I'm going to take it from over here, follow this line right here, and then connect to this. And then over here, I'm going to take from probably right here and just connect it right there so that the water can flow in from here over to about here. And then it'll look like there used to be a waterfall here that we blocked up and redirected to the water mill. So once I do that, I will finish filling in this water. But for now, with the exception of the bee nest floating on the surface and the fact that there's no terrain connecting this, it's hollow underneath. I didn't feel like filling that in. So I'm going to finish that after I do the treated wood stairs. I think it looks pretty good. We've got a slight waterfall happening right here, coming out of the lake into the channel. And we've got that channel feeding into the watermill. I set stairs everywhere where I would be concerned that water would escape. So we've got that entire section blocked off right there, directing the water this way, keeping the lake from flowing down into the river. We've got stairs right over here to keep the channel running instead of flowing over the wrong way, and then we've got some right here to keep it from eroding this dirt. I put one extra plank over here to provide like a backstop because, you know, that much water is going to put pressure on it. So I think that this looks, I wouldn't say necessarily structurally sound, but I think it looks pretty solid. My only concern is right there where the water flows around this stair and onto that stair, but it's good enough. We can't make like a vertical version of a slab or, you know, make the stair taller. There's not much we can do there. So we're just going to accept that. Now the only thing that we have left to do is blend this lake into the terrain right here. And I think I might just do a cliff face so that it looks kind of like a continuation of this landscape right back here. I might make it not quite flat sheer, but I might make it, instead of a gentle slope, I'll make it a very drastic slope right along here. And then over here, as we get closer to where it blends in here, I might make it a little bit more gradual to blend it here. So once I get done with that, I will let you know. In the meantime, I've got to make sure this place lit up so that when we cover it, we don't turn that into an unintentional mob farm. Alright, here it is. I'm not sure if I'm fully satisfied with the amount of stone in here. I might add a little bit more. But I tried to follow this example and top it with dirt for topsoil, and then a little layer of stone here, and then some more dirt where it blends into the ground down here. And I tried to go for as natural a shape as I could. I didn't want it to feel too flat. Large stretches of this are just flat with a little bit of accent sticking out, giving it some layering here and there. And I tried to go with something similar here. So hopefully this works. Over on this side, I tried to blend it into the pre-existing landscape as well as I could. I think it turned out pretty well over here. As you can see, all the grass is already starting to spread very, very well. There's not a whole lot of dirt left, so pretty soon it'll be kind of seamless. And I tried to do kind of a step up and step down area over here so that it looks like it's just like any other cliff face. You could just kind of hop up and down bits of it. And sometimes you hop up and you can't hop up the next one. You have to kind of backtrack a little bit to make it up. Alright, here's the full look from above. We've got our water wheels all the way down at that end. We've got the stream of water split around the water mill. We've got our flow down from the lake through the channel into our watermill channel. And I'm real happy with this. I wish I had a silk-touched pickaxe or axe or something so I could pick up that beehive. But I think that this lake turned out very, very well. I love the depth differences, the variations that I got. I tried to go a little bit more shallow over here. I wanted it to feel kind of natural, that this would be the edge of the lake where it would flow over the cliff before we dammed it up. And I wanted to give it a little bit more depth over there where it would be kind of the middle of the lake. And I'm a big fan of this cave. I'm really glad that that was something that kind of came to me. And I think what I might do now is I might make the waterfall up here. I'm going to go up there and check out that area and see if it's worth digging out at all. And if not, I might just carve out a few pieces up there and have the water flow down here and then split and naturally spread like Minecraft water does. I'd really like it to come down here. I might have to remove some of those trees. I'd like it to come down here right where that cave is, because if you can see this straight line right here where my cursor is, I tried to dig that a little bit deeper right there, because if the waterfall is right there, that would give the illusion of the water eroding the rock over time, and the water would have dug out that cave or helped to degrade the stone of an already existing kind of inlet of earth, and make a little deep over here where the water falls, and just fill up this lake. I'm not 100% sold on this from this angle. I'm not the hugest fan of this. I might end up giving this more of a slope down this way to make it feel more natural and less cliff-like. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet, but I'll have to look at it from several angles and spend some time kind of chewing on it. But there we go. That's our landscaping job for the day. I am very, very happy with how most of this came together. I especially like this earthen rock and dirt arch right here in the middle of the lake. I think it was a really, really cool touch. And I just love that there's this one tree sticking up off this bit of earth here, kind of making this feel a little less desolate. I don't know if you've noticed while I've been doing other stuff, while I've been talking about this, but there's a whole lot of fish in this. It's a well-stocked lake. And these guys spawned in before I was even done with the water. Before I had that channel all done, all these fish had already spawned in. I'm pretty excited about that. It gives the place a little more life. It makes it feel a little bit more natural. I don't know how I feel about these squared off bits. I may dig it out a little bit on some of these straight edges to make it feel a little bit more natural and less man-made over here. But all of this, I think, turned out really, really well. It's not much of a kingdom, but it's ours. I like it. I'm loving where this place is going so far. And I have several plans already written down for other things that I'd like to do in this immediate area. Just right in from here around to here. I've got several more ideas for this area. And after that, we can start spreading out more inland over there. We can start spreading out down this river, up onto these hills. We can start spreading out over that direction, around the lake, on that island maybe, and then back in here. But I have to figure out if I'm going to leave this a cliff face over here or if I'm going to broaden it out before we know what we're going to do with this area. I've been sitting on it for a while, and I'm still not 100% sold on this little cliff face holding our lake in. I might have to broaden that out into a hill that slopes downward, or I might make a hill that stretches up to meet that cliff face a little bit and then just cover this whole valley right here. I'm not Sure. I hate the idea of losing that as workable area, but if we make it a flattish hill, we might be able to make that an area that we can develop. We'll see what happens there. But I will say that at one point I was walking along in this valley, I was coming back from somewhere, and I didn't realize where I was until I had climbed this little dirt area right above my head and got to the border of the lake. So I guess that means that it's a pretty believable small cliff. Anyhow, our town is coming along really well. I think it looks great so far, and I can't wait to add more to it. But we'll have to wait until next week for that. I'll talk to you soon, brother. I miss you.